we're going to be actually talking about today is number one, how to pull a clean clean pull. Most of us, I think, have already done pulls, but this is actually geared towards someone trying to do their first one, or to help people that are having problems with it. Secondly, ghost pulls. We may or may not be able to do a ghost pull today. It depends on how much paint is left on my plate, but we'll attempt to do that. It is very important that if you have paint left on your plate, to pull it up. Use some paper. We'll talk about that. Stick with a simple color palette. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. Today we're just doing primary colors. And finally, at the end, I'll talk about some common fixes and problems you might have. Okay, the materials you're going to need are going to be a gel plate, a brayer, or multiple brayers in this case, acrylic paints. Today we're using blue, magenta, and yellow, and some paper. The paper can be as simple as copy paper or whatever paper that you prefer. The paper is for texture. My preferred paper is actually rice paper, but it depends on what the purpose is. And finally, for texture, have some things around that you want to try. You can try botanicals, you can try stamps, bubble wrap, basically, and stencils. So anything that you have. Let's go on. Colors we have there. And basically, it's Cyan. I actually going to be using. I'm going to be using ultramarine.
This is going to be just a quick and simple, basically color theory. No, not basically. It's going to be color theory. We have up here. This is magenta. It's going to suffice for my. It's going to suffice for my red. Works beautifully. This is my yellow down here. Kind of hard to read there, but that's what it is. This is my blue. It's ultramarine blue in this case. Okay. If I take blue and magenta together, or blue and red, I should get a very nice color of purple. Over here, we have our blue and our green. Should make our blue and our yellow should make a particularly dark case of blue, or of green rather. And we take our yellow and our red. And what you're seeing here is the values. It's actually because some of these strong colors are a lot stronger than others, so you have to add just a little bit more. So there we have our orange. So there's your basic color theory. It's what all of us learned in our primary years, but it's always good to come back once in a while and revisit. So there you have it, Color Theory 101.
Okay, let's pull some basic prints. We're going to start out by putting down a thin layer of paint, and for now I'm just going to go ahead and use one color. And let's start out with magenta. Switch it up just a little bit and use a little bit of light magenta also. You don't have to do this. Probably easier just to keep it simple. I'm just going to brayer this out. You're going to notice when I brayer this, and this is a side note, I don't generally go back and forth. I try not to. If I go back and forth, I'm lifting before I go back in. So let's see if I can get this second one. Getting a little beating up here. It's probably because I just conditioned this plate not too long ago. But you can see I've got a little bit of paint on there, and it may give me the opportunity to pull a ghost print. I'm just going to go straight down, kind of eyeball it. Actually, let's pull this up. This is a registration tool. It's not necessary, but it certainly allows you to put it in the same place every time. And you need to kind of move quickly. So I'd recommend having all your things laid out before you start. It helps move it along. In my case, I know I've talked about it here in Arizona. Things are extremely dry, especially this time of year. Today is 112, and it's early, so who knows how high it will actually go to. And that affects the how much humidity I have in the house. In this case, in my art room, I have a humidifier in here to help with that, to keep things at least somewhat moist. Okay. Just want to let it grab onto the plate, and let's see how we did. For the most part, we got a decent print off of that. I have a little bit left here. I'm not going to worry about that. I think really for me, prints tend to be when I get a little bit of gungy in for next layers, that's okay with me. I kind of like that gungy look. But if you don't, you can easily use either a wet rag, pick it up with another, put another color down and pick it up with another piece of paper. If there's enough paint down there, you can do it right away and create yourself a ghost print. This is a baby wipe. It's very simple. Just do a real quick cleanup. Really wasn't going to do this. I said I wasn't. There you go. Simple, easy. Okay, let's go back and see what's up next. So, prepping the plate and the workspace, really actually very important. I think I talked about that just a few seconds ago. Lay your things out where you can grab them and they're available to you immediately. Know what you're going to be using and try to foresee those needs. It helps with the flow for you. Secondly, it's if you are working with a brand new plate, of course it's going to come with a piece of plastic on it, and you just peel that plastic off. Most plates these days, with the gel-off plates, which this is, pretty much right out of the package, works beautifully. But you may need to condition the plate, pull a few random pulls, kind of like what we just did with one color, and give your plate a chance to actually break in a little bit. And let's see, let's move on to the next one. In playing the paint, we did that live, so I'm going to move on to the next slide. I got ahead of myself just a little bit. Let's do the next one. I'm going to add some texture. Okay, let's change up our color. I'm going to put some ultramarine down. And I'm going to put some sky blue down. Let's see. I'm going to try to keep this. This is my small brayer. Try to keep this separated this time. And just pretty much, I want to get some mottled look here. So, boy, I tell you I'm going to keep it separate and immediately not. But it's okay. I'm going to add some texture to this. In this case, I'm going to pull up there's a little too much paint on here. That's okay because I may be able to do a ghost print. But generally, I like to get as much paint off as I can. And I'm going to pull up some bubble wrap and put a little bit of texture down. It's still a little bit wet. It's probably not going to pull off as much as I'd like. So all it's about is just getting some texture, some interest. So maybe I'll throw some stamps down. This is my lettering stamp. Just get some interest in here. I really like having some lettering in my pieces. At least in these pieces also get used for collage work. I do have one coming up very soon here. I don't know now if I have enough paint that it's going to actually pull the whole print up. So what I can do in that case is I can use a matte medium, or in this case it's a satin medium, and how are we doing? It's not all dry, so I think I'm just going to try to pull this and see how we do. I think down here we're not going to get a very clean pull, but that's okay. That's okay. I can take this now, and I either can put the gel medium down, which I think I'll do just for the sake of keeping this somewhat clean. So the thing is it's never a lost cause. You never need to toss something because you can fix it. That's a lot of medium. I know some people are going, ooh, using a lot of paint, a lot of medium. We are so dry that I need to do something and move fast. Think about using the satin medium, the gel medium, any of the mediums, the gloss medium, matte medium, the satin medium. You have to give it a little bit more time to dry. When I'm rubbing this down, I'm feeling for if the paper is cold, and if it's cold, it means it's still a little bit wet underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this up, give it a little bit of weight on top so that it has a chance to dry. And let's see what we have as far as where we're at. We added the texture. So when we pull the print, it is important that we align the paper like I showed you. Now, the ghost prints, we're not able to do one. Actually, technically what I'm doing right now would be considered partial ghost print, but it's not the light textured piece that you would normally get with a ghost print. It's what's left over on the plate. So let's move on. Smooth. Okay, some common problems and fixes. You've seen a few of them already happen. You can use too much paint. I did use a little bit of paint here, but as you saw, it didn't necessarily allow me to do what I wanted to. I'm going to go back just a little bit here. You can get smeared prints if you have too much paint. You can also get patchy coverage if the paint, you didn't put enough paint down, and if you get too much, it dries too much, a lot of times your paper will actually tear. And the biggest thing you can do with that is take it real slow. Don't be in a hurry. It will come up, but you just have to take your time with it. And if you get no transfer at all, I mean, you put down the paint, you put down the paper, and you go to pull it, and nothing comes up, your paint had too much time and it dried. So, okay, let's go back over. I'm waiting for this to dry over here. I'm just going to have a chat with you. And again, I want to apologize for the fact that my live feed did not go through and that I can't see what we're discussing. I do apologize about that. I can't do any more than that. This is new to me. Doing live streams is very new to me. I've had one that actually was very successful as far as being able to chat with and do the discussion back and forth. And I've just got to get this figured out. So let's get back and see how we did with the poll in this second one. Okay, it still feels a little wet. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. This is really not as basic as I'd like it to be, but that's okay. This is a Revlon. It's actually a hair curling brayer. It's something that Julie E from Art by Julie E put me onto when I was doing a lot of inks, and it works beautiful for this. It has 3 settings: high heat, low heat, and cool. Right now I've got it on heat, and if you notice, I don't have it very close to the paper. You can put too much heat on, you can damage your plate. You really don't want to do that. Let's see how we did. It still feels a bit cool, but we'll see. It's coming up a lot more. So as you can see, got some texture. You can see the stamps in there. That would be useful. I could use this as a background for collage. There's a lot of things I could use this with. So let's pull one more, and the last one I'm going to pull is going to be, I want to mix colors. And actually, I'm going to put one color on top of each other and see if we can get a little bit more of a mottled look, and we'll put some more texture down to use some stencils. So let's see. I haven't used my yellow yet. But use the yellow first. With the yellow, I'm going to use this is Liquitex Parchment. I'll use this a lot of time as a pickup layer. And let's see what else. Let's keep it simple there for now. This is skip rolling. I find actually works pretty nicely to get some paint, around the canvas or around the plate rather, and give you the chance to give yourself more interest. That's all this is about. Okay. already done the one layer that was just plain in the with the magenta. So I'm going to pull that one back up and use that for my pickup layer. But first, let's use a stencil and see if I can pick some of that up. And I'm going to use some wet strength tissue. This actually sold as tea bag, but the consistency has almost a plastic feel to it. So I wouldn't say that it's actually a tea bag paper. It's just not the same feel, but it does work beautifully for picking up, like with what I'm doing right now. I just want to pick some of that up and create a little bit more texture. Get in there, rubbing into the little nooks and crannies. Make sure I can pick up as much of the paint as I can. There's things down in the outskirts here are drying extremely fast, and that's because there's less paint there. Let's see what we can do. Actually, I can actually use this in collage because when I put this down, it's going to, as you can see through it. And if I put it down correctly, the paper itself will practically disappear. It'll be at least translucent. Put that slot side. Let's lift this. See what we're left with. A little blob there, but I'm not mad about that. And I think just go ahead and hold this as is. It's dry down at the bottom. I think I'm going to dry the rest away. And I'll use some gel medium again to hold this. This is a stencil that I got off of Joggles, joggles.com. I'll leave that down in the description. I find that their products, I think this is one of Elizabeth's stencils. It's one of the newer ones. And they just work extremely well thought out, well designed. Let's see here. Do I want to put another one on top of that? It's dry. I could probably get away with it. The problem is this yellow is semi-transparent. If I take one of the blues and put that on top of that, that yellow is going to turn green. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and pull it the way it is. Same as we had last time. I'm going to have to give it a few minutes to do its thing so they can make the transfer. It'll pull this up nicely. Magenta layer, plain pole. This placement tool comes in really handy for this type of thing. And it's easier to line it up and just let it do its thing. Tell already down here on the bottom, it's not holding. It's not, I'm not picking up down there. You can tell by how it's flapping. Feels pretty dry. It's getting there at least. Let's see how we did. Actually pulled up nicely. I can now take another one. I could put another layer on top of that. And see what it does. The yellow pretty much, you can see down here, you can see the parchment in the middle. And I got a little bit of gunge on the side. I don't mind that. Let's put that aside. And let's see what we can do. I think I want to play a little bit of more of a triple or a double at least pull for stencils. So I'm going to start. We already have the blue one. I could take the blue one and build on top of that, or I could put two. Let's go the second route. I'm going to take two stamps. I use two stamps. This one, they're kind of both curvy. I usually like to do something very, very, very blocky, like a very linear, very more, I don't know, angular, and put it with something curvy. Then it doesn't get as lost. But I'm gonna go for it anyhow. Let's see here. This actually might work really well as a mask layer. So let's see. Yeah, folks, it's okay to play. It's okay to just kind of wing it. That's the fun part of it, and try to figure out problems, how to prepare for problems that come up. I think again, let's start with the yellow. This yellow is practically transparent. It's more towards the transparent than the semi-transparent. Bottom. Let's see, give put on top of that something with a little bit more. This actually go with light magenta for that. Okay if I don't get it completely across the entire. Pull a little yellow up because I didn't wait long enough. That's okay. So you got the magenta on, light magenta on top of the yellow. It's very, it's very faded. It's not really a solid print. Um, that's okay. I think what I'm going to do on top of that. Open. I need to let it. I need to dry it a little bit. Anxious to go forward instead of taking the few seconds it takes to dry this off. And this is a lot more complex than I had planned on doing today, but sometimes you get on a roll. Keeping it simple is a good challenge. It didn't take long. Okay, let's see here. You know, this is some turquoise. What's going to happen here is the yellow is going to turn green on. I already know that. But that's okay. In doing these primary colors, I have been seeing that one of my least favorite colors is not it's green. I don't really like green, but I've gotten used to having it come up. Um, and it's kind of the gig. That's a lot of paint. This Nova Color paint, these Nova Color paints are really, they're beautiful. They're highly pigmented. I love them, but they also a lot more fluid. Let's see what we get. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this. Called a Baron. Again, just like the registration tools are, it's not absolutely mandatory to have one. It's nice when you're trying to get a nice even pressure across the paper. Good contact. from on the plate. I am having a bit of a problem this morning with my corners wanting to pop up off the plate. Pulling it up. Leaving some down on the plate. Let's see how we did. This is really not dry yet. Got some back there. That's probably, was it a success to use that color combination? I don't think it's really a failure, but it's not really what I wanted. It's okay. It's okay. And that's 3 stencils. 3 stencils. You get a lot of depth. You get a lot of character with that. I can use that in some collage. I have that piece I was talking about coming up, and it's going to have some neons in it. So it's important that I have some papers like this. So let's look at what we've gotten so far today. First, let's go finish off our slideshow. Okay, these are actually really good tips for success. As I said several times, you really do need to work quickly. You need to pay attention to your environment, pay attention to the humidity, and because too much humidity is going to have the opposite effect of what we have with this Arizona high, really very dry, and we are into the heat, so that creates a different problem for me than it might for you. If you have ghost prints, the yellow print with the hatch marks, that it would be a great ghost print to use. Save them. Don't throw them out. Never throw any paper out. You'd be surprised. Even the most ugly piece of paper that you pull may be useful. You could use it in a number of things, collage work and what have you. Smart cleanup. Let me see. It's just like this last pull I have quite a bit down on that plate, and I could either pull that or I could wipe it clean. It really depends on how fast I need to move and how much I need to do with that plate for the day. And the biggest one, and I think the one that my biggest takeaway should be here, is that you need to experiment and have some fun. Because if it's not fun, what's the point? Beautiful artwork comes from experimentation, finding what works for you, maybe trying things you've seen people do. It comes from all different angles. So just be kind to yourself. Accept the fact you're going to have successes, you're going to have failures. Most of the time, you just want to have fun with it. That's the most important part of it. Okay. I think we are pretty darn close to talking. Well, this is my first polls. This is from some I did earlier this week. And next steps, things that would work for you. Try some layering of colors. We did a little bit of it today. Try playing with textures. Find things that you can work with. Go to the kitchen, raid the kitchen, see if there's something in there. Definitely wouldn't put it back in the kitchen afterwards, but see if there's something in there you can work with. Something in the shed, botanicals, something from the garden. Just be fun, have some fun with that. And finally, if you do some prints, go ahead and share them on your social medias. Tag me so that I can go see what you're up to. I really do appreciate the seeing what people come up with. And I think with that, we are pretty close to being done. So I want to thank you very much for being here today. It's very, very much appreciated. And if you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment. Be great if you can give me a thumbs up if you think it's worth it. And just I will supply some links down in the description below of things that I've used here today. I didn't talk about the paper, the large piece of paper I was using today, and frankly, it's because I can't remember what it was called. I think it's a multimedia paper. But just I'll leave those links down of things I'm using down in the description. Just check that out. And if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. Other than that, let's move. Other than that, I want to thank you again for being here, and I appreciate your patience in waiting for me to get started today. So until next time, bye for now.